What's up, friends? Coach Danny here. I just want to share a really quick recipe of how to make chia seed pudding. So there's only 2 ingredients. I'll show you the base, but then from there is where you get creative and you can add a lot of nutrient content, fiber, protein, a wide array of antioxidants, and it's super customizable. So let's get into it. Oh, I was supposed to do this. Sorry. Alrighty, friends. To start, you're gonna need 1 empty mason jar, some chia seeds. This is obviously the main ingredient since it's chia seed pudding. Now, my recommendation on where to buy these is Sprouts in the open bin. I know that Bob's Red Mill does have Red Mill does have a really good price on these, but truthfully, I've shopped around. I'm an avid professional grocery shopper and deal hunter, and I have found that the open bins at Sprouts do have the best price on this. So what I like to do is I like to fill those little bags up that they give you at Sprouts, and then I just bring them home and store them in a mason jar. Now this is quite an exorbitant amount of chia seeds. This should last you a substantial amount of time. I sprinkle these on everything, my oatmeal especially, my protein fluff. You can put them in protein shakes. I've seen people put them in water, which I think is disgusting. It looks like there's tadpoles in there. And then my absolute favorite way to use these is obviously chia seed pudding. You can also use these as a vegan egg instead of a flaxseed egg. You can do it with chia seeds. If you guys want to see a recipe on that, just leave a comment below and I will try to get that out to you. But moving on, so you'll need chia seeds, a mason jar, and then for the toppings, I love to use a variety of things, as you can see. So these are just some examples. I'm going to use some hemp seed today, some raw cacao nibs, some unsweetened just dried coconut flakes, some cacao powder. As you can see here, I get this at Sprouts. Sprouts and Trader Joe's do have the best prices on organic, non-GMO cacao powder, which is actually from the cocoa bean, and it is the less processed, very minimally processed, non-heated part of the cacao bean. I don't really know exactly how you pronounce the name, but basically it's very unprocessed, so you get the full nutrient content of the cacao bean. And then I'm actually going to start adding some maca to my chia seed puddings and all my everything. Basically, maca is really good for you. It's good for hormonal balance. There's lots of benefits to it. It does have kind of a nuttier flavor, so I kind of like to mask it with things like this. So as you can see here, Trader Joe's is really stepping up their game on some really nice products. This was $5.99, so you can get both of these at Sprouts or Trader Joe's, but my advice is Trader Joe's has the cheaper version for the same quantity. And then for the added protein boost, I am adding a scoop or half a scoop of some protein. You can use whey or casein protein. Today I'm going to use a plant-based protein for a serving of it. It's about 24 grams of a complete protein. Now, I kind of want to check on that because complete protein means there's lysine in it. And wow, there is. There's actually a little over a gram, almost 2 grams of lysine in here, which is one of the main branched chain amino acids that you miss out on as a vegan or plant-based athlete. So it's really nice that this brand added some leucine in there for extra protein synthesis. Anyways, guys, moving on. Let's get into it. So like I said, you will need a non-dairy milk. I am out today, so I am going to replace my non-dairy milk with a bit of this coconut creamer. Not ideal, but we'll make it work. You can use water. I'm just telling you that you get an extra creamier flavor when you use the plant-based milk. Without much further rambling and or ado, let's get into the recipe. Alrighty, guys, to start off, you're gonna do 3 tablespoons of the chia seed. My chia seeds are actually on a food scale right now because I am prepping this for my meal tomorrow, and I'm gonna log it in my calories on my FitnessPal. So I just wanna make sure I'm getting the right amount. That's about 30 grams, so 1 ounce of chia seeds if you guys are wanting to measure yours as well. Other than that, it's just 3 tablespoons. Just with this guy here, and you're gonna dump that right into your empty mason jar. After that, you're gonna go ahead and add, if wanted, which I highly recommend, you're gonna add some protein. So again, whatever flavor you like. It does not matter. Just remember that these chia seeds do expand So leave room in there, okay? You can't fill this thing to the top before you put the liquid in. So once that's added, that's kind of it, guys. Like, I know it doesn't look like a lot in there. You're just gonna kind of shake them up, and then you can just pretty much be done after this. You can just put about a cup of milk, or you know, fill it up to about here, shake it up, throw it in the fridge overnight, and then your chia seed pudding should solidify and gel up and puff up. But since I'm not ordinary and I like a lot of flavor and I do want to make this like a full-blown meal, I'm going to kind of add some nutrient powered content. Okay, focus. Okay, folks. So now I'm just going to add some cacao nibs as well. And I'm going to add some hemp seeds. I really love hemp seeds. They are full of really healthy fat. They got a nice nutty flavor to them, and they're actually quite high on protein content as well. So I'm adding a tablespoon of that. That's about 10 grams on the scale there. You know, after a while of weighing your food, you kind of get used to eyeballing things, so it's not too difficult. Now I'm going to add some of my coconut flakes. Again, guys, all of these toppings I get at either Trader Joe's or Sprouts. So pretty much if I don't tell you where I'm getting it from, it's from Trader Joe's or Sprouts, except for that protein, which I actually like adore right now. It's been really hard for me to find a good plant-based protein, and the M brand is really nice. A coworker actually told me about that. I do get that one off Amazon. So that's an exclusion to that. I get everything else at Sprouts. I'm adding a tablespoon of the coconut flakes as well. And then to make it extra chocolatey, because my protein is chocolate mocha, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of the cacao powder, because that stuff is so delicious. I'm going to about half a tablespoon of that. So it's a little bit more than half. A little bit more than half. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm going to add some of the maca powder. So you can also like make teas with the maca powder, or mix it with like collagen. I've been seeing a lot of people do on Instagram. I'm still getting used to working with maca powder, but I do know there's a lot of ways. So you can make like energy balls where you add this as part of the like floury part. So if you guys want to see some recipes with maca powder, again, leave a comment below. I love taking recipe requests. So my friends, it's that easy. I'm freaking done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on this guy. Let's get the scale out of the way. I'm going to shake him up. Everything's blended, and now I'm going to add a smidgen of this coconut creamer. I'm upset that I don't have my almond milk to show y'all. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of this just to add a little extra like sweetness and flavor. Also, if your protein is not heavily sweetened like mine, you can always add stevia. It's a plant-based sweetener. You know, it's not going to mess with your blood sugar, insulin levels too much. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to show you how much water I'm putting in this. So as you can see, my jar is nearly full. I'm going to go ahead and cap it. It's okay, you can make this literally in like anything. It's just, in my opinion, the mason jar is like the easiest way to store this because it has a lid. You can shake it up really nice. Get all the ingredients like really, really mixed in there. And then that's it, guys. I know it looks like liquid now and you're like thinking I'm crazy, but I will come back to you in a few hours. I have a client to train tonight, so I'll probably film the last clip of this and show you what it looks like when it's done. All you do is you just store this in the fridge, and then it's gonna puff up because those chia seeds are gonna, you know, get all gross and jelly, and then it's gonna turn into pudding. Now you don't want to add too much liquid because then it's gonna not solidify and the chia seeds won't like really turn into that pudding consistency. So you kind of gotta find the right, you know, the right amount to put of each. My opinion, about a cup of the liquid and about 3 to 4 tablespoons of the chia seeds usually does it for this size mason jar. I think this is like an 8-ounce mason jar. So I will come back to you guys in a bit and show you the full clip. So this is about 24 hours later, or just overnight, after it's sat in the fridge all night. As you can see, it's pretty thick. I usually like mine a little bit thicker. I think I did add too much liquid. Also, since I did not have my plant-based milk, that also makes it a little bit thicker than just using the water. But as you can see, here's the consistency. It's this full jar, so it's not really liquid anymore. Those chia seeds expanded, and now it's this nice, thick, pudding-like consistency. So one of my favorite things to do is actually add like a nut butter and some fruit on top to like make it a little bit more filling, savory, and, you know, look cool in a mason jar. So the peanut butter that I like to use, I get from Ralph's. It's the Kroger brand. It's usually on sale, which is awesome, but the reason I love it is because, if my camera focuses, let's go camera. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to go get a different setting on my camera. So as you can see here, the only ingredients are roasted peanuts and salt. Next time you go to the grocery store to buy your nut butter, go ahead and look at the back of pretty much every single peanut butter. It's gonna have palm oil, sugar, add all these nutrients that aren't necessary in a nut butter. It should just be either just crushed nuts or crushed nuts and salt. It shouldn't be anything else. So that's why I get this one. It tastes the best. It's nice and creamy. I never have issues with like it sticking to the bottom, and like I said, it's usually on sale, and you know your girl here loves a good sale, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and add some nut butter on top. Like I told you guys yesterday, I am starting to count my macros again, so I'm just gonna weigh a little bit of this out and plop it right on top. Now, a lot of people have issues like getting their spoon inside the jar when they're eating these mason jar meals. So my tip to you is these long spoons. I get these at Daiso where I live. It's like a Japanese dollar store. So I don't know, maybe look up cocktail spoons on Amazon, but these are amazing. As you can see here, it bends very easily, so like don't try to like eat ice cream or anything with it, but they're great because they're just, you know, they're longer than the, I don't know if you guys can see here, they're longer than the mason jar, so it's really easy to get the butters out and all of your ingredients, so you have a nice jolly little lunch. So I'm gonna add a little more. Oh yeah. So that's about 17 grams, which is a couple grams over a tablespoon. And a tablespoon's about 32 grams. So, no, that's 2 tablespoons. Sorry, guys. I'm not bad at math. You're confused. Anyways, I'm going to also add some whole strawberries on this. Just a few. By the time I'll eat this tonight at work, they should be thawed out. Just 2 of them. And I'm also going to add some frozen blueberries. So I get these at Trader Joe's. The other ones I got at Sprouts. So I'm just going to pour these right on top in my mason jar. It's going to look nice and pretty. I'm going to have a nice little bite of fruit to bite into. And that is it, my friends. All done.
Nobody ever loved me like it does.